Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what I imagine will be the conclusion of today's episode of Roll20 Presents The Burning Wheel. So we've called home. We've called home the Crusaders. We've attempted to contact our daddy, and he doesn't care. And the Minister of the Four Territories is returning. So while Alessandra is busy writing letters, how is our witch Agatha doing? Agatha, what are you up to? What's your priority here? Do you want to try to do a thing for Alessandra like you promised, or are you waiting on that?
I have other business to deal with first.
All right. What is your other business?
Okay, so here's my question for you, which is what? So I need to find this Stygian wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like in the game's mechanisms? Is this like I'm finding a person with a skill? Is this I am finding a particular object?
I would imagine, short of discovering like the Rosetta Stone, you could go to that neighborhood that we've seen Joy skulking about in and try to circle someone up and be like, I need a Stygian who can understand what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a thing. Find someone who knows the thing, because there isn't really like a library of foreign information that you can look through.
Yeah, so it's mostly going to come through people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it's like a person with a skill.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, right? You've got like skills. Also, fuck asking humans. The spirits could just give you knowledge, right? Reveal into me this fact.
I can also do arcane knowledge.
Yeah.
Where I sub in.
Yeah. You have the ability to know everything. Unlike Lodovic, you don't need other people to tell you how to do stuff because you have access to the magical supply of wizard knowledge.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go for the magical supply of wizard knowledge. If this is just a knowledge problem, surely we can answer it.
Yeah.
With magical knowledge.
Yes.
So what skill do I need to sub sorcery for in this case? Because that's how arcane knowledge works.
Stygian mythology wise, like.
I could also get a spirit to give me that skill for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe that is. I think I will take that approach. We haven't done some spirit binding in a while. Everyone loves spirit binding.
Yeah.
Especially you when you mess it up.
Yeah.
It's the best. Doop doop doop. Spirits are wise. A spirit may task to reveal may grant summoner any wise appropriate to the domain or medium. So then I have to look at my spirit mediums that I have. I've got shadows, mountains, ice and snow, rivers and falls, city, street, hearth and home, castle, and the dark woods.
So I don't know if you have access to the spirits that would be able to give you that information.
It would be shadows, right?
Not really, because Stygians are like people of the desert, right? Of the plains. I feel like you're
libraries,
temples, or
libraries and temples, and I guess shadows are everywhere, but that doesn't mean that they know any.
Exactly. This isn't something that's done skulking around in the shadows. This is like a sacrifice.
Okay, well then I will need to use sorcery for it.
Yeah.
Sigh. It's less cool than binding a spirit to do it. Okay, sorry. I haven't used arcane knowledge in a while.
No,
so
that's okay.
So I may plumb the wells of magic in my search for knowledge, and I test sorcery instead of any academic skill on the skill list.
There you go. So this is like Stygian doctrine, right? Like,
yeah, okay.
You just test sorcery and instead of that, and you know.
So yeah, she hasn't been able to find it in books, and so she's going to take the more risky business of getting. I wonder, is it just like tapping into the fabric of reality and then like pulling information out of it? I wonder what this would be. But anyways, let's do it. I have a spell for giving me Imperalia already. I don't think there is a spell for giving me knowledge of Stygian stuff. I think this is new territory.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know if there's one in her tradition, but she's gonna make it up.
Yeah.
So this spell is going to be called. Is there like a poetic name for the Stygians, like people of the whatever?
I mean, it would be like desert, right? It would be.
Well, Stygia is already like a made up, not real thing. You wouldn't know what their name would be.
Yeah, and they're all I get is the erasing kind of blanket term, right? I haven't been exposed to anything else.
No.
Okay, I'm trying to think of a good name for this spell, but I think we will just call it.
What was the thing that you saw on the sheet?
Yeah, because there was a rubbing of. It was from someone's travel journal, and there was a rubbing of a like hieroglyph.
Yeah.
The heart eaters.
Yeah, and they had like they were holding a heart, and it was dripping blood onto a person or something.
Would you know that like they call their guys the psychopomp or whatever? Has that ever been referred to in your hearing?
No.
It's never come up.
No.
The closest I've come is having Joy dream in Stygian out loud.
Yeah.
To me.
That's right.
So we'll just call it Secrets of Stygia. This is the name of my spell. I will have cast it once. It gives me Stygian Doctrine. Cool. Let's do magic.
Let's do a magic.
I will take my time.
Okay.
On this casting.
Yeah, and you can.
Do we know what obstacle it is, or like how do knowledge skills even work in this case?
For doctrine, common popular beliefs are ob 1, citing relevant passages from common religious texts is ob 2, and naming an obscure saint is ob 3, but those are the only examples they have.
So this is like 4 or 5, Adam?
Yeah, this is like a dark ritual of the faith. Yeah. Understanding a dark ritual of the faith, we'll say ob 4.
Ob 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not forbidden knowledge, but it's like we don't just like talk about it.
Let's see here. And if I want a difficult test with my sorcery of 5, I need an ob 4 or 5 test. Perfect. So no forks.
And so remember, if you fail this test, this is failing a spell. This is a magical failure.
Oh, I know.
Okay. I'm just reminding everybody, not just you. I know you know.
I want my sorcery to go up to 6.
I want your sorcery to go up to 6 too.
Yay.
And I don't have any fate to spend. I could spend persona on it. Like I'll spend a persona on it.
Okay.
But no other modifiers. I think she's just like frustrated and goes down into the basement and just like sitting there in the dark. She just like reaches a hand up and as if like pushing it through like some kind of semi-permeable surface, she just like reaches into space and her hand like disappears briefly and she just starts like pulling at the fabric of the world and like sucking this knowledge out of it.
I like it.
And stuff starts like appearing in front of her.
Yeah, you have visions.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Ob 4. What's the worst that could happen?
That.
I mean,
it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah. No 6s, so you didn't get any rolls. I mean, you're still pretty far from being able to get the success.
I don't have any fate anyway.
You don't have fate anyway. Yeah. So you're locked in. Okay. So let me once again return to my favorite page in the book. What happens when you fail a sorcery roll?
Bad stuff.
Yeah. I almost just want to roll. I almost just want to like roll in the failed casting test.
The big thing I learned here was a lesson about why sorcery is dangerous.
I think we could spin the wheel. It's a 50-50 chance that actually it's like a 3 or a 4 in 6 chance that nothing happens, but I think this is a low grade spell that might just affect you unless you roll real bad. Let's spin the wheel. Let's do the failed casting.
So I roll 1d6.
Roll a d6. Yeah, you just don't want a 1 or a 2. Oh,
I got a 2.
Nice.
All right. Garbled transmission indicates the spell has misfired and has an unexpected effect. Consult the Wheel of Magic.
Yeah.
Wheel of Magic.
Wheel of magic.
Wheel of Magic. Turn, turn, turn. Tell me the lesson I have learned. Okay. So you're going to roll 2 different dice. So you'll roll 1 that will indicate the direction on the wheel. So roll a die. This indicates the direction that we turn the wheel. For those of you who are playing the home game, page 510 for the wheel.
So 1d6.
Okay, so odd is counterclockwise, even is clockwise. So it's counterclockwise.
Okay.
Okay. Roll.
And this is 510 of Burning Wheel Gold.
Yep.
Yeah. Roll a. We'll roll some more for each thing. Right. So starting in the center ring, find the element, impetus, origin, duration, and area of the attempted spell, and then the wheel moves it around.
Okay, so this is Arcana.
Okay. All right. So it starts as Arcana. So roll another die. This takes a little while, but it's fun because we're randomizing every element of the spell. You essentially cast something random.
So it goes 2 in the
water
direction.
1, 2. So it's a water spell. Okay. All right. Hold on. I'm going to start writing these down.
And then it started as a what else? Enhance.
Give me a second here. All right. So it is a water spell. Okay. And it was originally intended to be, what kind of create, destroy, tax, transmute, control, influence, or enhance?
Enhance, right?
I think it's enhance, right?
We'll call it enhance. Yeah.
To enhance your knowledge.
All right.
Yeah.
So roll 2d6. First one is the direction. Second one is the.
All right, direction.
So it goes clockwise, 5
Clockwise,
steps.
5 steps.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Control.
Okay. Water.
So I'm going to control water.
Control.
Okay.
Sure. So the next is it's the origin. This started as a personal origin.
Personal, for sure.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so direction.
So counter.
Counterclockwise, 5 steps.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. A sight origin.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good.
The duration was instantaneous, right?
It was,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So direction,
Is that counterclockwise or
counterclockwise 1.
Okay, so that's sustained. duration.
Sustained. Okay.
And then the
Last one, it was a
Caster.
it was just
Caster?
on the
area
count.
was just the
Yeah.
caster.
okay. So that's
Clockwise 1 step.
double area.
Okay.
Someone that you can
So
see.
roll a d6 because this is measured area.
No, it's double area.
Right, but look at the little thing. It's to know
Oh,
There's another
right.
little cutout.
Right,
measured
right.
area.
So roll a d6. Yeah.
2.
Tens of paces.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, someone you can see. So within tens of paces, and control water.
Let's see. So what does all that mean? The GM gets first crack at interpreting spell failure, but turn the honor over to the players if you decide. So, I mean, like you can let go of the sustaining of the spell, right? Because that's like you set aside a will die to represent the spell. As long as you're sustaining it, you can't use it for any other will function. And control water. So like I don't know, like. I feel like you just make it like you melt all of the snow, right, around you in like tens of paces, as long as you maintain the spell. Because it's like you're thinking about Stygia, and there's no fucking snow in Stygia. So my assumption here would be that you like dissolve ice and snow around you. And like sight, just because you can't see it, origin is like how far it would normally be. So anything you can see within tens of paces. So like it's a big circle of like melting snow around you.
Except for Agatha always stays inside.
Yeah, but it's tens of paces, so it goes outside.
But she can't see through walls.
Stop taking sight so literally.
She doesn't know that it's happening.
No, she doesn't know that it's happening.
Yes.
Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Because she can't see that it's happening.
Yeah, but you can feel the spell. Yeah, so you reach out.
That's weird.
You reach out for this forbidden knowledge, and there's a ripple. There's like a rippling of power, and I think probably upstairs, like on the floor above, people's like soup leaps out of the bowl, and like like a water barrel breaks.
All kinds of weird secondary things happen.
Yeah, just as like a quick like pulse of magic. And your spell does not work the way you had anticipated.
Well,
which is
I did
good
not
because
expect that.
Like the reason, like the thing about these randoming, like the snow could turn to steam instantly. Yeah, that makes sense. There's a bubble around you that nothing can freeze. But yeah, like I mean, we were just as likely that this was like fire, create hundreds of miles, permanent. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Just set the world on fire.
Like just a
Holy
sphere of
crap.
flame. Yes, a sphere of flame that like burns
Please
everything.
do not engulf the world in flame.
Yeah, right. So that could have been worse. So you can feel and dismiss this like this pressure of the spell. But there's a brief miracle, an aftershock of miracle that everyone like remembers. And big chunks of ice and snow slide off the roof of the church and like crash down wetly around it. And it's like the only building around that doesn't have snow all over it.
Yeah, we see a shot from like further away where it's steaming and the rest of the city is like quiet and covered in snow.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, and people would totally think it was like a miracle.
Yeah, just like a minor miracle. Yeah, I like it. Cool.
Yeah, and she like shakes her head and curses, and she'll like drop the spell shortly thereafter. But it goes on long enough that this thing happens with the snow and everything.
Yeah, I mean the crashing sound, right? Because I don't know if anybody's ever lived somewhere where like you get a lot of snowfall. Sometimes it's heavy, right? It's big, and like it will all slide off at once and crash to the ground. So like ice and snow like shattering, and people like run out to see what the commotion was, and like the whole chapel is just like dry as a bone, and everybody's like looking up at it like, hallelujah. I mean, if you want to take another
Praise be.
If you want to take another crack at it, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah, I think she
so
just
you just like shake it off while everyone else is upstairs like looking at the miracle. You're like, no. All right, here we go.
And then she like pauses, takes another breath, and then like because initially she was angry and just doing it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's like going to take her time, and I'm going to fork a bunch of shit. She's going to like actually think about it. So of 4.
Mm-hmm.
I will fork symbology, apocalypse wise. I will take my time, enough to get an extra die. Actually, I can slow down the casting even more because I can get up to 5 dice if I am willing to quintuple the time. So I think she'll just take like the rest of her time, and we can cut away from me and I won't do anything else. But yeah, she's going to just like spend a long time making sure to get this right. So it's a total of 4 bonus dice. No persona. Surely I won't fuck this spell up. There we go. Okay. I rolled 6s and blew this test out of the water.
Okay.
So yeah, she keeps kind of digging in that like magical space, pushes her hand back through the kind of veil and starts actually pulling out Stygian stuff.
Yeah. So for folks in chat who are asking about Let It Ride, the situation has changed because your skill went up. You are better at sorcery this time than you were before, right? So yeah, so that allows another roll. So this time you're like, okay, roll your sleeves up and like grab the magic. Yeah, I think that you get a vision. You get a vision like the kind that Joy used to have before she became a soulless flesh-eating monster. And
Yay.
this vision is it's a shadowy temple. Ashen-skinned priests attend to a ritual in some solitary sanctum, right? This isn't a public ritual. This is dark magic performed in shadowy places. And they have, you see these Stygian priests, and they're gathered around a prisoner. They have a crusader, some pale-skinned warrior who is dragged before them, injured, and they push him to his knees, and the priest is chanting in Stygian over a brazier in which they toss like sacred herbs that burn up in black smoke, and they're conjuring something, and they're not sacrificing the Crusader. They're using him and his belief and his faith as a channel to access something beyond him. They're using him they're ringing him like a bell to call something else.
Right.
And so we begin to see forming in the clouds of smoke the same sort of spindly armed, strange creature that Alessandra saw. One of these tall entities kind of emerging out of the smoke, and it looks down at this crusader with pity, and like reaches out as though to help him, and that's when the priest shackles the thing with magic. You see the smoke coalesce around it and drag it, screaming with this atonal kind of noise. The noise that it makes is very reminiscent of the kind of odd music that we heard in the choir, but made by the vocal cords of an angel. And so they use this man's faith as bait to summon an angel into this world and bind it in this dark circle. And then the priest proceeds to, with his curved ritual blade, cut the thing's chest open now that it has a physical form, and draw from within, dripping with gold, its heart, the heart of its power, which he then takes a bite from to absorb its power. And that is the vision that you were presented with. And so now you understand what this sigil represented, this ancient Stygian ritual to summon, bind, and then sacrifice for your own power these entities of the outer places, these angels. And that's what you see. That's what's revealed to you by magic.
Sounds great.
Right.
Yeah, this'll do. This'll do just fine.
Yeah.
So all I need is someone who is faithful.
Yep.
And this would mean like someone with the faith.
Yeah.
Attribute.
Someone with the faith attribute to act as bait.
And maybe also as a soul in the bargain. Mm-hmm. You then do a summoning.
Yep.
And then they have a prison circle waiting, basically.
Yep.
And then once it's in the prison circle, they can fuck it up.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, and there's probably some art magic spell that she gleans from this that is like an extra element to make the... Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
You have a handle on kind of like how you know now what this was portraying, what we were seeing.
Mm-hmm. And I think we immediately see Agatha like in the dark. She just like reaches out and there's a pen and ink and paper on the table, but with no light, and she's just writing notes to herself in complete darkness.
Cool. Yeah, I dig it. Good. Excellent. Okay. So I think Alessandra's letter was her like big note, and I think Agatha's knowledge roll here was the big one. Lodovic or Joy, do either of you have something that you know for sure that you want to do?
I would love to do the meeting with the temple lady.
Okay.
So I feel like I could get some
good.
persona on that, assuming I can close it out.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I like it. And then Dave, do you have a scene that you want to do for Lodovic? Do you have something you can?
Yeah, I can. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start with Joy then. So you told this temple attendant to like come and meet you, right?
Yeah. I said like 3 days at a certain time. I'm gonna be outside of this building with all the things you need, basically.
Okay. All right.
So that's where I'm waiting right now, in the like fading light of day, for this person to appear, basically, hoping that they keep their word.
Yeah. Let's have let's have your roll circles.
And I mean, I know where they live. So.
That's true. Yeah. Let's have your roll to see if she's like, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm gonna back out. I'm scared of this person.
Alrighty then. So I've circled her before.
Yep.
So ob 2.
Up to. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you do see a figure approaching through the swirling snow.
I wait until she's close enough to like talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, well, thank you for coming. I thought you might not.
I said that I would. Now here I am.
People say a lot of things. But I also did what you needed. I have all the supplies. Everything you asked for.
And did she know that this is for you? I can't remember the details of that bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
I did indeed mention it.
Okay. So
because she said like, I don't know enough to like pull out your insides, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this conversation of like,
yeah.
You like, I have no idea what to do, but I know these things.
Okay. All right. So she looks around and she says, fine. Let us do this. Like pushes past you. Like she wants to get inside so she can hide from whatever powers will be watching her perform this. It's really like you're making her go against her own religion because you don't do this with the living. This is a thing for corpses.
I'm a corpse. It's fine. But so I let her push past me into the like butcher's shop, basically, that I've been keeping as a sleeping location, if you can call what Joy does in her idle time sleeping.
Right.
Like,
standby.
Lying there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I step in behind her and like close the half busted off door.
Mm-hmm.
And say, well, make yourself comfortable. Here, let me get what you need. And like go around to the back of the counter and sort of like dig the things out that I'd stored there, away from prying eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And like lay the stuff out on the counter in front of her, basically. And this place is like crude wooden furniture, meat hooks, and bloodstains, basically.
Yeah, she's trying really hard not to look at all that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so she looks over the jars and stuff that you found, and she takes off her like scarf and hangs it over the back of a chair. And
do you need a heat, fire, something? Are you cold?
I do not want this to take long enough for me to get cold. And she points at the table, and she says, "Disrobe, lie down."
Very well. And I like walk over and just start taking off my gear.
Yeah. I imagine we see like the weird scars and shit that you have, and like where you were sewed back together, and like...
Yeah, there's definitely like a massive like penetrative hole in her chest from where this sword has gone all the way through.
Yeah.
But Joy had a lot of scars when she was alive.
It's
like she has the numb trait, which means that I have scars all down my back and all down the back of my legs.
Yeah.
From like whips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And all that kind of thing. And yeah, she's just like not a very, it's not a very clean canvas, so to speak. Joy's body. But so she takes off. Yeah, she takes off her clothes and like lies there on the table, like looking sideways over at her friend, quote unquote. All right.
All right. So she needs to make a taxidermy test. So she's gonna make a taxidermy test. So preserving the corpse. So let's see here. In order to preserve the corpse and gain more life, the death artist may use the taxidermy skill. The obstacle for preservation is 1 plus its current state of decomposition. If the test is successful, the corpse will not fall apart after a year has elapsed. You can squeeze another year out of it. It continues to age, of course, but you can continue to preserve it every year with an OB5 taxidermy test. So this is your very first taxidermy test.
Yay.
So I think for this first test, we'll make and also for anyone who does not want to read about decomposing corpses, that Luke goes into great detail on page 341 of the Codex, so avoid that section. So I think that you initially were treated well enough that you were like barely conceived to be dead, right? So there's no penalty.
I mean, I've been disguising it with makeup so far, which is.
I'm gonna make her. I'm gonna give her like an we'll make her have an OB2, an OB2 taxidermy test to preserve the corpse that is Joy. And then in a year, if she succeeds, you can have someone make the test again, but then basically you renew an OB5 taxidermy test every year. And if anybody fails that test, that's the last year of life you get before you start to decompose, and then you die. So if she fails this test, then Joy, the counter is running for Joy and her body.
Oh no.
But eventually you have to make this test anyway. So let's see. She learned it as a girl. She's a little rusty, but she would still have the skill. And it was like a big deal skill for her when she was young. So she's probably put some points into it. What did I say? OB2?
Yeah.
Okay. Taxidermy.
Can I help her?
Yeah, if you have something to help with.
For taxidermy?
She has the stuff that you gathered. She has the toolkit for it. Let me find the.
Use the knife skill. Cut yourself open for
Yeah,
her.
have the knife skill.
Oh God, gross. Preaching, toothy maw. Let's see, taxidermy. Where are you? Yeah, it's not listed. Okay. Yeah,
Sleight of hand out your own organs.
She's not removing your organs. She's just preserving your corpse. She's like replacing your blood with goo and what have you. Joymaldehyde. Let me see. Listen, you're a gross corpse. That's how it goes.
I know.
Let's see.
It's kind of great, to be honest.
Kind of is, yeah. It's gross, but also.
I'm excited to see if I can get any more horrible undead stuff going on, to be honest.
Yeah, so I mean, what'll happen here is this will be either a year of continuing to pretend you're human or a year of slowly dissolving and trying to find another way to continue your horrible life.
Yeah.
Like soul transference or like something like that.
Or like some kind of halting of this horrible decay.
Okay, yeah, so there is tools, which you got for her. Preserving the dead in an exhibition in a lifelike state. So I think that she probably doesn't have any forks for it necessarily, or I'll give her one. Let's say she's got 4 dice. Do you have something you want to help with?
Well, I mean, circumstantially, I'm pretty helpful. I'm a corpse that can move. So, like, any part of me she needs to get at is, like, pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't know if that would give her an advantage. But
knives?
Yeah, I don't think so. You can spend your fate for her, but
what about numb? Because Joy is used to being cut into.
We're looking for fate,
a skill,
or skills for help.
Yeah.
The point here is
would that be slavery wise helping you out?
I don't think so. I think these are all quite a big stretch. This isn't about like the body. It's about also the obstacles for taxidermy. If you have these are amazing. Ob 1 is rabbits and small game. Ob 2 is insects and fish. Ob 3 is fowl and large game. Ob 4 is your aunt. That's pretty good. I think that's it. I think it's just the 4 dice because I don't think you can help. I think you just got to lay it out.
I think that's it. Yeah, I don't really think I have anything that I can.
Okay, so before she makes this roll, she gets you all like prepared, and she says, I won't do this for free.
I have money.
Good.
You
And
want
then-
payment now?
She shakes her head. She says, where is it? That way, if you die, I can take it and leave. And if you live, you can get it for me.
On second thought, let's wait and see if I live.
All right. So she begins the
And then, of
operation.
course, Joy adds, well, live.
Yeah. So she's basically just like, yeah, embalming you. And let's see how it goes. All right, so 46 for a greater. There you go. She got it. You get
She
to
got
live,
it.
You get to live another year.
Yes. All right, cool. We made it. We made it, team.
Okay. So yeah, so now you gotta pay her.
All right. Well, I have a cash die from a dead nobleman that I ate.
Yeah, do you want to? I mean, let me see how much she wants for this. Let's see. God, like a human taxidermy roll. I think it's gonna be more than just a cash die. You're gonna have to make like a resources test.
I can make a resource test. Yeah, the 2-die resource test, maybe.
What would be like hiring a doctor? Because that's pretty much the same shit. Let's see. Servants' wages, knight's wages, tools for economic run-of-the-mill light mail. I think it's an Ob 3. I think it's an Ob 3 test because this isn't just servants' wages. This is like an expert.
Yeah, all right.
You can try to haggle her down first if you want.
I mean, yeah, I will. I think.
Okay.
If I fail a haggle, it's going to be more expensive, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's the way it
we'll
works.
go up to 4.
I'll go up to 4.
No, I can't roll. I like 4 is impossible, basically, whereas 3 is like I could succeed.
Okay.
So we'll see. If I fail, I'm back to being poor. That's okay.
Nope, that's what the fund's for.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, the
true.
fund will take the hit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, go ahead and make that test. Because you're not gonna haggle.
I'm doing it.
All right. So are you using?
So I have the fund and my cash die
Yes.
and my resources.
Okay.
So that's a 4 total.
Yes, and you'll lose the cash die no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can still spend fate and persona and stuff on this. So.
I'm trying to. It's my last persona, but if I use it, I'm gonna get more persona at the end of this session. So I think I'm gonna persona.
Yeah, spend persona. Okay.
Because I think that's probably.
I really
worth
like how in
doing.
Burning Wheel, if you really, really want to be richer than you are, you just believe in yourself.
Oh wait, no! I need a certain. I need a certain difficulty of test here.
Yeah, but spending persona doesn't count towards that.
Oh, doesn't it? Okay.
That's right.
I said 1, but it should be 3, so that's no
It
good.
should be 3. So you've got a
Yeah.
6.
You can roll that fate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna
if you
roll.
spend
I'm
3,
gonna
if
roll.
you spend 3 fate, you can
Can we
reroll
roll
the 6 and another.
Do
failed
it.
die.
I mean, I might as well. Yeah,
Okay.
gets rid of some of that fate.
There it
Yes.
is. Okay.
We did it.
All right.
We did it, chat.
So you make the test. You give her the bag of gold, and she nods, and you've literally bought yourself another year of your continued existence.
And your thing goes up, doesn't it? To 2.
And 2 resources now.
Bam.
Oh, look at you go.
You're
Go on.
creeping up on me with that. Jesus.
She's working on it. You've got everything for you. Joy is came from the bomb, but now she's here. on a table. In
So
an
what is
abandoned-
this? What is this? What is this process like? I imagine Joyce smells weird now. Like some kind of oil or salt or
so
some shit.
it's like replacing your rotten blood with chemicals,
Oh God. Okay.
right? So your heart no longer pumps, and so it was it's about like literally like performing taxidermy on your.
So we're
your
basically
corpse.
what we're basically looking at is like buckets of Joy's own black decaying fluid on like the floor,
Yep.
replaced by whatever was like put into her.
Mhm.
That's horrible and amazing.
She like bleeds you out and replaces your blood with formaldehyde, and treats your like flesh with like salts, and like you're cured and sewn up, and it's a whole thing.
And yet I function just fine.
That's right. It's a death magic.
Can you imagine how weird it is to be completely bled out and still be just like, yeah, this is fine?
Yeah,
like-
well, exactly.
Visually, does that change anything? Because sometimes parts of, like
I
under your
mean-
nails, I guess, rely on blood for their color.
Well, and that's the thing. That's
Well,
why
she-
this disguise is so important, right?
She's got like black ink on her fingers.
And she's
as
great to
well
begin
and
with.
stuff
Like
that.
there are people that already sort of emulate like the dead. So thankfully, it's not
Oh,
as big a
the
change as
lips.
it would be. But yes, there's definitely.
Yes, there's definitely
Lips
shit.
and your tongue, definitely.
If she was
I mean,
not
she still has to
disguised,
disguise
she would
herself.
look very dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's super cool.
But this way, you won't rot. None of your stuff will fall off. You're not gonna like slowly disintegrate.
Yeah, it's bad stuff that I want to avoid.
Yeah.
I wonder if this affects her in ingesting food.
No, you're still desperately
No.
hungry, right? Like.
Hmm.
But that's like the metaphor of your eternal cursed life. It's not literal hunger. It's like, some shit.
The metaphor of your accursed life. Yeah.
That's some shit right there. Cool. All right. Well, there you go. You bought yourself a year of life.
The real question is, once I pay her and she's done everything that I needed, do I eat her?
Well, you're gonna need her in 365 days, so I
There
would
are
suggest
probably
not
better
eating her.
taxidermists in the city than she. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, once you're an affluent,
But this is the kind of thing that Joy would be thinking.
Right.
Like,
Just wait until you're the corpse princess of Carpathia, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that would be great. I want to do that.
I like that you are slowly
I don't
becoming.
want to do that.
You started as a Nosferatu, and you're slowly becoming a Ventru.
I'm working on it. I gotta get some nicer clothes, then we're good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So, Dave, what did you want to do for Lodovic? You made your attempt to understand the Bible. You tried to go and talk to the author of the Bible, and it just hasn't worked out for you.
No, I'm not into religion anymore today.
I'm not into religion. I'm over it.
There is something that I continue to believe in, both in and out of character, and that is the guy with the really big sword. So I'm gonna go.
Okay, good.
That's stuff. I think since we were talking about the main way of finding the groups of people, are either going to be groups that existed, and I was really hoping we could talk about the church and have some kind of like horrific religious zealot militia, but maybe later, but not right now. The other groups, really, it's going to be a difficult circles to just try and like find people or find people who know people, because I don't want the criminals, because I already feel like I'm being betrayed by them.
Okay.
So we're going to have to do something like spread the word kind of organically instead of taking a group that pre-exists.
Okay.
And that's difficult because you can't hand out flyers because no one can read.
That's right. Yeah, it's got to be word of mouth.
Yeah.
So you got to go to where people gather.
Yeah. And I don't really know where that is. It has to be a place where city people gather, because otherwise I can't make a circles roll.
Well, it doesn't have to be circles, right? Like circles is finding people in your own like circles, and then convincing them. You could also make other rolls to like entice people to come to a place, and then have someone or you do the oratory to convince them.
How is my oratory? 2. How's my rhetoric? Also 2.
Well, it's an oratory roll, 100%, like convincing a crowd.
Let's get the person to do it before we get the venue set up. I need to find a public speaker. I need to circles one up.
Mm-hmm.
A speech giver, an orator, a thespian of some kind.
Okay. All right. So you want to summon up someone with secular oratory skills.
Yes.
a town crier, if you will.
Yeah, a town cry for blood.
Everyone in town is already crying. Nice.
What?
It's true. Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I think this would be someone that would offer their services predominantly to the nobility to announce things. They've probably been out of work somewhat of late, but yeah, okay, that makes sense. So you want to hire someone that you can be like, here, go and cry unto town this thing, this message.
Emilio.
No, Emilio's got a sweet gig at the. He's playing the gangsters. They take care of him.
That's true.
He's got a cool
tattoo.
tattoo.
He's got gangster friends and a cool tattoo. Never mind. Yeah.
He's a famous rapper now. So. Okay. Oh my God, Emilio's Eminem.
He's a famous rap.
Yeah, he's Emilio. Let's see here. So you want someone you just want someone you can hire, someone with a skill that you can then make a resources test to make a test on your behalf.
Yes.
Okay. So Ob 1, I think an unusual occupation, but not unique. So Ob 3, lower rank, station or class. Okay. I think they're Ob 4.
Okay. Neither my reputation with merchants or my affiliation with criminal underworld are going to help. So I just roll 5 against Ob 4. How am I doing for points? I don't need 3 persona. I'll spend 1 here.
Okay.
Whoop.
Ooh.
Oh, I could spend 2.
You get some fate you could spend. So this circles roll, right? Like the failure here is that I think no one exists to fill the job anymore. Like no one cares about the news. There's no town criers. They've all been killed and eaten or like, fled. Like this is just a job that there is no one to fill. And if you succeed, you find someone to spread Lodovic's message of join the Lodov militia. Like,
Yeah, this seems like a particularly apt use of fate.
Mm-hmm.
See whether someone was lucky enough to survive to do this for me.
So do you want to do 1, 2, or 3?
I'll spend 3.
Okay. All right. So this is reroll a failed die and roll that 6 again. So reroll the failed die first, because it might be.
Can I just? Okay.
Okay. So you got 3, and then you got 1 more die. There you go. All right. So you find a town crier who is willing to spread your message far and wide, to shout it from the proverbial rooftops to all and sundry who will listen, and who is talented at their job. They know where to go to find people. Probably this message would be, is there anywhere you specifically tell them, like, don't go? Because they'll just go wherever they can find people to shout to.
Don't go outside, like the estate of the Corvidae, the royal
right.
court
Don't
itself.
go and wait for all the noble, because that's where he would go. Right, he would stand outside the noble court and be like, "Hear ye, all those of the court," because that's where a bunch of people are. But so he's okay to go to the church.
Yeah, he's okay to go to the church.
What about the Black Veil, because that's another place where like lots of people go and hang out.
At this point, I don't think we can afford to be like super picky. No, I think we allow that as well, or like similar establishments.
Okay. All right.
People who need opportunity, whatever kind it is.
Okay, so now you need to pay this man to do this, to spread your message.
Yes.
So I think, like I said with Joy, it's like a specialized. It's not a servant, but like a specialized person. I think Ob 3 seems like a lot because he's not a doctor. Let's say Ob 2. We'll just call him Ob 2.
Okay. I mean, I was going to haggle with him otherwise. Anyway. It's close.
It was a close one. Damn that tax. Okay. Yep. So you exchange funds with this guy, and so for an amount of time, he's going to go and spread your message. So first of all, tell me, sort of, what is the message? What is your and what is your intent? And then I'll make the oratory test for him.
Okay. So I probably consult a little bit with my mercenary captain, my Ludwig. It was like, how do people like this idea of fighting for their own fortune and futures? Like, how have you seen people inspired before? That sort of thing.
Yeah, I think his insight is like he trains people, right? He doesn't like recruit them.
Yeah, he's definitely not a recruiter. It's more like a, what have you seen work in the past?
He tells you the kinds of people that make mercenaries in his experience. People who are desperate, people who need money, people who want an excuse to fight and kill. People who believe in an ideal become knights. Everyone else becomes mercenaries. At that, Oberyn is probably just like, drinking my wine. Shut up. You don't know me.
Yeah. All right. Then I suppose the message is mainly focused around like, we know how hard it's been for people. We want to do right by this country and its citizens who've suffered. Here's going to be an opportunity for you to like earn coin, feed your families, learn new skills to help you survive in this like desolate world.
Yeah, learn the skills to get the kills. Okay, yeah. So it's like a message of like we can help you. There's a way to turn this around that you can seize control of your destiny. Here in the Axter company. Okay, let's have you roll something. I want to see if we'll do a link test to see if your message carries through. So, sure. Do you have compose? Because you're going to be giving this guy like, I think, otherwise it's right.
I do not know. Okay. I was just going to write test.
Okay, so make a write test. It's a proclamation, not a letter. Do you remember, Blue Jay, off the top of your head, any of the other obs for write?
For right? Yeah. I don't know if they have proclamation.
No, I don't think they would, but like
yeah, I've got it right here. Your name is Ob 1, copying letters is Ob 2, and composing one of your own, Ob 3.
So Ob 3, it's functionally like a speech that you're writing for him.
Writing an essay is harder than writing a letter in composition.
So he's gonna help you. So he's willing to help, and so is your friend. So you have 2 helping dice on your right test.
Okay. And this is about physically writing it. Or
this is like writing him a script so that later he can deliver it.
All right. Can I fork in rhetoric and oratory then?
Absolutely. Well, yes, because you know it's going to be a speech. So yeah.
Yeah.
Rhetoric and oratory both.
Okay.
In the thing, it says that composition of an essay is harder than of a letter.
But this isn't an essay, right? An essay is like laying out a point, defending the point, whatever. This is a statement. This is just like, hear ye. This is how shit is. Yeah.
Okay. And you said Ob 3, correct?
Obstacle 3, yeah. So if you get 4 or better, you'll give him an extra die when he orates. 3, it's neutral, and then just like any other link test.
Okay. It's crossed. Oh, there we go.
All right, so it's pretty eloquent. So he takes the letter and he thanks you, and he says, "Mr. Axter, I will spread your message far and wide till all those who wish to hear it have had it fall upon their ears." And he sets out. And so the roll we'll make to sort of close the episode. So he's a professional. So I'm gonna give him 4 for oratory. You've given him an extra die, right?
Yep. And I think just before it comes up, because it will inevitably, the place that they're supposed to go is obviously the villa I bought.
Yes.
Because that's got like training grounds in it. That's where we want people to go.
Yep. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, this will be your militia compound pretty damn quick if this works. So this is the role to attract recruits, and then these people are all people. These will be people who are willing to like learn to fight, and then we'll train them, and we'll talk about what that looks like. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna give him. He's got the bonus die. He probably has one related skill, and then the obstacle is the average will of the people, the people in the crowd he's trying to convince, which I think is at this point like all the weaklings have been removed from town. So let me just take a quick look at the general sort of stat stuff. Nominally trained and practiced is 3. So I think 3 will be the one here. And I'll let you spend Fate or Persona on him if you'd like. So I'm rolling 6 dice against an Ob 3. Do you want to spend one of those Persona, or do you want to wait and let me roll?
I'll spend the Persona because then I'll get it back.
Yes, that's true. Okay, all right. 66, so 76 now. It's difficulty 4, looking for Ob 3.
Come on, random guy, you got this.
There it is. He does indeed got this. So the message that there is work to be had, that there is like coin and what have you to be made, even in these dark times, spreads to people, predominantly those who like are leaving the church, those who are maybe coming and going from the Black Veil, and so you're gonna get a mixed crowd of like the remaining hungry and downtrodden. You're going to get some criminals who are dissatisfied with their current rank in the criminal underworld, and then you'll get some like religious folks who came to the church expecting like crusades, and we're like, no, this is better. I'm gonna go become a mercenary. Yeah, cool.
What am I doing? I just have no idea, but
it's fine. You have not a plan, but a desire, and that's a great place to start. All right, cool. Well, let's hand out some rewards. Let's do that, and we'll close out the episode.
Reward me.
So let us begin, as we do, with our favorite living corpse, Joy. Joy.
Yes. Let's see. So the lady who invited me inside used to work at the temple. I need to know what she knows about preserving a body.
Done.
I'm pretty sure that's done.
Did the do. It's finished.
We did it. I'm full of formaldehyde.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. I'll find out who Ekaterina is truly loyal to and report back to Lodovic. Also, kinda done.
Finished.
Yeah.
Completed.
So those are done. My fate farm of having my revenge is still good.
Yeah, that's well, because the whether you know it or not, the minister is coming home.
I feel like I have to keep that belief because it is the driving force of Joy's current undead state.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed at a whole bunch of religious stuff this game.
Yeah, but I don't think it took the.
Really think it got me in trouble.
Yeah, it didn't take it in any particular direction.
Likewise, I don't think anything really. I mean,
the other two are like protective ones.
I rolled lots of disguise stuff. None of my traits got me in trouble.
No, this was a getting shit done episode for.
So Jim. Yeah,
so those two sweet persona.
I got 2 persona, and that's it.
Very nice. All right, Agatha of the Dark Woods. You saw.
I got some Stygian wisdom.
Yeah, you got that Stygian wisdom. So 2 persona so far. Okay. Didn't really talk to Sufferance or Keela today.
I did work towards my third belief because I'm getting
Yes, that's right. You're bringing her in proximity.
minister brought back
Yep.
so that I can then curse her more easily, presumably.
So you got fate for that. Okay.
I don't know if any of my stuff got me in trouble necessarily, except maybe I think things are going to get weird because was inscrutable with Alessandra.
Yeah.
I think that's going to have taken the story in a weird direction. Because she could have asked a direct thing and then gotten a direct answer, but because she hasn't, there's now this whole bit of like, what's the other cost going to be?
Yeah,
What's
I think
for the thing
That
going to
might be
like,
in the future.
yeah, I
though,
think that might come up.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Didn't you? Oh no, that was that you always put things back at the right place, but your other people didn't. So
Yes.
They were the opposite of you. Okay. So, Alessandra.
yes, I wrote to my family and asked for support.
Yes.
they-
you
they-
did. And
my-
they were like,
They were like, "No,
No.
go away,"
you didn't even get a response. They just like cold shouldered you.
which is that they're jerks. They're big old jerks.
Yeah, I wonder why they're like that.
I did not do anything about marriage because I'm working on consolidating power in other ways. I did talk to Lord Chembra. He can't help me right now, but I mean, maybe we'll get him installed as a Judicar. Maybe someone else will. I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't think that. I mean, I feel like it was last time.
Your independent, so your independent trait earns you fate because you jumped right to fuck off with him. Like
I
he was
did.
all ready to like spar a little bit with you and be like, maybe you should do this for me and I'll do this for you. And you were just like, no, you can't help me. Get out. And he was like, "But
I was mad. Yeah.
I don't. Fine, fuck you then, I guess.
Yeah, but it's the part is that I then went to Agatha instead.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
You're just acting like weirdly like do exactly what I say or fuck off forever.
I
She's
feel
very
like,
severe.
wait, did I get fate last time for never allow anyone to treat me below my station?
I can't remember.
Because this like how mad Alessandra is about Soren and Tabitha not listening to her and like all of the like that's like she was acting on that a lot. Like they weren't respecting
Yeah,
her
I don't think it took the game in any unexpected direction
Okay.
though. Like it went exactly the way that I expected it to.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't
Okay.
think that no, nothing else complicated things.
Okay, so you got two and two.
Damn dad not doing things.
Listen, they've never treated you with the respect that you want so desperately from
No,
them.
it's true. That's probably why I want it so desperately.
Mercenary King Lodovic Axter. You're in over your head. Let's see if you get some fate in Persona. So you made a deal with the Stygian to find out what she knows.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I'll take that persona.
Okay.
And we'll advance that to the next step of the belief, I guess.
Yeah. Clear learn what the Stygian found out and then figure out the other thing. You attempted to read the Book of Prayers and try to understand, but you didn't. So you worked
Yep.
towards it.
Let's have some faith for that. And we'll either. I don't know if he's like flighty enough to just like give up on that whole thing after his revelation for him. I'll think about it.
Yep.
And I finished the first part of finding suitable groups that can be persuaded to my cause.
You did, yes, yeah. You found some people. You hired the right person and brought him in.
Yeah. I don't think any of my instincts necessarily got me in trouble. I just used them to my advantage.
Yep.
And I think patronizing might have taken the story in an interesting direction with how Joy has been able to succeed on some of her goals because I was just super generous with her.
Right, so patronizing in the like patron sense of the word where
Yes,
you were like,
that's-
just take what you need to be successful, and that was a stupid move for you. Yes, good, because you can't trust Joy, and you should not be treating her like that. But That's good. I like it. Good call on the Patreon thing. I love, and that's something I think is really valuable about having traits like that, where you can kind of spin them in a couple of different ways.
Yeah,
Like
I was so happy when I came up with that on the trade file. I was like, yes, he does both.
It's nice. It's very good. Cool. All right. Well, there we go. Everybody is at like what I feel like to be a fairly reasonable number of Fate and Persona points equipped for the next session. So we have our regular game of Dungeons & Dragons tomorrow. So if you want to see more of us in action, twitch.tv/D&D tomorrow afternoon at the usual time. And then once June gets here, there's going to be some kerfuffle. There's going to be some chaos because it's the beginning of con season. We'll try to let you know. Make sure you follow everybody on the social medias to get notifications about when shows will be. I'll try to put together like a summer schedule as best I can for everybody, and we'll post it somewhere. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming up, but also Roll20 Con is coming up. So there'll be some extra streams on the channel for that and a bunch of other cool stuff. And I'm sure we'll have more official announcements coming on the Roll20 app Twitter. So make sure you check that out. In the meantime, everybody here is always doing cool stuff. So let's find out what everybody is going to be up to and where you can follow them. Let's start with Lady Alessandra. Blue Jay, where can we find you and why?
What? That's a deep question.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can answer that. You can find me most days at twitch.tv/bluejay or on Twitter at bluejay_712. I recently made a portfolio on my website. So if you want to check that out, all the role-playing stuff I've ever done is on bluejay.tv/portfolio. Get it. Other than that, I'm playing Stardew and Pillars of Eternity 2. And I've got my Last of Us playthrough going up on my YouTube. So yeah, you can check that out.
Good. The word that Blue Jay just said there was YouTube. In case you don't speak weird Blue Jay language.
Yeah.
Dave, coming to us from the land of Games Workshop. Do you know any orcs, Dave? Have you met any orcs in real life?
Yeah, I can do the accent. It was one that I learned in school.
Right, they teach Orcish in school in the UK, the old UK. Where can people find you besides Fantasy England?
They can find me at Dave_the_human on Twitter and just Dave_human on Twitch. Trying to think, is there anything interesting coming up for me? Not particularly, but if there is, Twitter's always going to be the best place.
Dave, I didn't ask you. Were there any good Kingdom Hearts announcements?
Well, we saw gameplay. It actually exists.
Good. That's a nice start. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, if you want to know Dave's opinions about Kingdom Hearts, follow him on Twitter. I'm sure because as things come out, you're my news source for Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, if Dave doesn't mention it, it's not worth knowing about. So,
Blue Jay, do you still have me blocked? Is that?
I just have your retweets turned off. You're not
That's an
muted
indication.
entirely. I just turned off your retweets. Yeah.
Got pretty excited.
Yeah, I didn't see any of it, so thanks.
There you go. Cool. Andrew, how about you?
You can follow me on Twitter at commutingcrow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual. Doing a playtest of Blue Coats on Tuesday the 29th. It got rescheduled from last week to this next Tuesday that's coming up at 6:30 on twitch.tv/actualplay, which is going to be fucking cool.
Nice. I'm excited. That is going to be cool. And last but not least, Distracted Elf, Queen of LARPtown.
What?
Where can we find you? What are you doing?
When I am not reanimated and full of formaldehyde, you can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter at distractedelf. There's a bunch of cool stuff coming up, but I can't talk about it yet. So you just have to live in my hype.
Are you doing a thing with that BFF game?
I am, yeah. I'm in the play for that on the 28th. And also I'm doing some stuff over on some other channels, some little play one shots with people over the course of
the BFF stream. I wanted to call it because Ross, it's a game designed by the designer who did Fall of Magic, and it's really cute and great. And the reason I'm interested in it particularly, and why I wanted to bring it up here, is because there's a Roll20 version of it with everything built right in, just like Fall of Magic. So That's cool. When is that happening?
It's on the 28th.
Okay.
I would have to the exact time of day. I would have to look up.
Sure. Yes.
It's on the 28th.
Our schedules are complicated. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So go check out Elf's Twitter. I think you tweeted about it.
I did. Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely be checking that out because I haven't had a chance to play it or really look at it myself. But
I mean, me neither. It's gonna be very interesting.
Cool. Well, that's that. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'm the Game Master. My name's Adam. Hi. Thanks for watching. You can check out all of our back episodes and all the other cool games and stuff that we run by going to YouTube and going to MS Roll20. Links down there. You can check it out. Otherwise, we will just keep making good content and you keep coming and watching. Thanks for all your hard work, team. We'll see you next time for more Burning Wheel. Bye, y'all.